Daar zie je. Op. Good morning, noon, or afternoon, or for some of you, evening. Welcome to this LinkedIn Let's Talk session that my good friend Guy and I are putting together on a weekly basis. Today being the English version, and we'll talk about the other version after the end of this. Guy, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Mick. Nice talking to you again. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Good. For those people who are following us, if you have any questions for us, do put them in the comments, and we'll get to your questions and or comments as we go through our session. So, Guy, what's new in LinkedIn land?
Well, not so much new, except that we were very, very busy last week after the announcement we are going to speak next year in Birmingham at Uplift Live. So nice to see that so many people responded, sent DMs, etc. The thing I wanted to talk about is a thing we discussed earlier about a page disappearing out of the blue, and the admins didn't know what happened. They know me well. They live not far from where I work, so they contacted me, and I couldn't find anything except that LinkedIn had responded in a general manner, as they do. So I sent them a message and tagged LinkedIn Help. They responded quite quickly. Also, always with initials, so never the full name of the person who's responding. Telling me that it's only the admins who could contact them. I'm not the admin for this page, so I transferred that message, and when they did, back and forth, some communication, and in the end, there was sorry, we can't reinstall the page, but we cannot go into further details. And this reminded me to talk good evening Linaire that Linaire had with Kevin D. Turner about fingertips, if I remember well, the or that's correct, that someone is entering your page, your profile, doing all kind of stuff illegally, and then wipe out all the fingerprints. So the only person or the only party they can address, LinkedIn, is the admin, who didn't know anything. It was a small page, only 400 followers. They didn't start very long ago, but they help young people with overweight. So a cause, I think, was a good one, and it's a pity such a page is moved away from the platform.
And it's actually it's pretty scary though. I mean, if it all goes back to the admin of the page, then and the admin has no idea, that's a pretty scary technique.
Absolutely, and what they will tell you is we can't go into further details. That's scary to me. That even LinkedIn, they don't know.
Well, is it they don't know, or they don't want to go into it? Just basically they know what's happening, but they don't
Last
want
part,
to.
I guess, Mick.
Okay. All right, because that would make sense that they don't want to talk about it, because then they would be unveiling even more information on how to do this kind of stuff.
Yep.
Because there's strange stuff happening on LinkedIn. Let me put it that way these days, right?
Yeah, and the other one was a post from our colleague from down under in the Netherlands, Jan Willem Alphenaar.
Okay.
I just sent you the post about copy paste images. It's called Higgsfield Steel or Higgsfield AI. And his post writes, Higgsfield AI made it easier than ever to steal, recreate the best images. And on one hand, you think, well, that's funny. You see the original picture, a person
Yeah,
with a hoodie, sunglasses, and next to
yeah,
it is Jan Willem in the same outfit, in the same surroundings. He copied me standing in front of a graffiti wall. He copied Perry van Beek. He copied
yeah,
Richard van der Blom. So
yeah,
other Dutch people he worked with.
yeah.
Um, and AI, well, what can we say? I'm looking forward to the talk next year of what's her name again? Sarah Murray.
Heather Murray, who's into AI.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh, because what's the influence of AI on our feed, on our comments, on our posts, on lots of things on the platform?
True, and obviously, the images that Jan Willem produced are pretty amazing. I kind of once in a while try and do this for my personal use. That kind of a funny picture that I see, and I try and create some of it in a using my images and stuff like that. And it's really amazing what you can do with these AI tools that make it actually look like you actually put the time and the effort into creative, which the only effort you put in there is just say, replace this face by this person, and off you go. And it becomes a credible, more and more a credible image, which means that we can do really, really nasty things these days.
Yeah,
If
but what is, well, the speed in which it is developing and growing. I mean, if you would take a AI 1 year ago and
oh
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
take a picture and you do it now, it's amazing how fast it goes, Mick.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, last year when you did this a page swap or an image swap, it would look a little bit like you, but it wouldn't really. And now it can literally be you, which it is a scary picture because I mean, if you can start doing these kinds of things, I mean, look at all the pictures that were made this week based on the what is it? The Coldplay event, the Kiss Cam stuff, which I'm not at all into, but you see the images that have been created that are nearly realistic. Then I'm like, okay, guys, where is this going to end? Where does the ethics come into this?
Yeah, well, I talked to the photographer who took the picture in Jan Willem's post,
Okay.
and well, he's a professional, and
Hmm.
I took him to Antwerp also for another project. So he's dealing with all of the stuff he had to buy, cameras and
Hmm.
education and whatever. And now
Right.
when you blink, you can change that. That's quite scary. And he also discussed, because he's well, I think he's 25 years younger than I am,
Hmm.
and he works in the same building. He has his office, and we talked about social media in general,
Hmm.
about especially the younger generation, about what they see, what they
Hmm.
get on
Right.
type of information, all positive.
Hmm.
So the world is changing a bit, and perhaps we're getting a bit older, Mick. We are, luckily.
We are
But
definitely.
yeah, I think at Uplift Live also we will discuss more the human side
Yeah,
of
definitely.
LinkedIn,
Yeah,
which
and
we created
yeah,
the hashtag also, the human side of LinkedIn. So if you have anything human, add it to the hashtag as well.
yeah, definitely. Or if you have anything that is particular in your country that is culturally different than what it is in other countries, do let us know because that's what we're going to kind of address during our little talk. And you know what? We're stuck with each other, Guy, because we have to show up, the two of us.
Well, we have been doing for the past years, Mick, since the
I
days
know,
of Clubhouse,
I know.
and all of our in-person meetings and
Yeah,
DMs.
true, true, true.
Well, if we collect all the data, we have talked
Yeah,
quite some time together.
yeah.
So it's not a punishment at all.
No, 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 no.
Be on stage with
Plus,
you.
I told you probably a year or two ago that you were on the top of my list of messages on LinkedIn sent and received on both sides So I guess it kind of makes us a Siamese twin or something like that. I don't know how to phrase it otherwise, but I'm looking forward to it.
But to me, Mick, sharing information, sharing knowledge is, well, with my background, I've
Yep.
always been talking to different countries, different people,
Yep.
different cultures, and
Right.
I love the interaction of learning from other people.
True.
And I'm not afraid to share my knowledge or my
Exactly.
findings or things I think are crazy or scary or whatever. Uh,
True.
and I do want to find out the reason why
Mm.
things are happening.
Yep.
It's the same, and I'm not sure if I ever told you the
Mhm.
discussions I had with my father. Well, when I was 16, 17, what
Mhm. Yep.
type of hormones are going through your body, and we talked about the Russia at that time because it was the Cold
Mhm.
War. And
Yep.
and I said, Dad, well, how do you know? You've never been to Russia. How do you know? So I always wanted to find out the reason why or have arguments to understand things.
Mm.
And the same
Mm.
goes for LinkedIn.
Yep.
Uh,
No,
why are
that makes
things happening? So that's
yep.
why we are, I think, a good match, Mick, because
Yep.
you collect a lot of data,
Yep.
and you have. It's not that you made it up. It's hard evidence.
Yeah.
Um, that's what I like about what we do together.
Yeah. No. Actually, as you know, I'm doing a little study on what a LinkedIn consultant, trainer, expert is looking like in. Well, I'll start in Belgium and I will expand it to the Netherlands. And then once I have the technique down, I can do this for any country. It's just a matter of finding the right people and putting together the right data, that's the most difficult part of it. But yeah, I love data. I love trying to get conclusions out of data and moving along from there, and sharing that with the rest of the world because sometimes it's pretty interesting.
I'm not
Um,
sure, Mick. I'm not sure if you are going to get the what's a LinkedIn consultant. If you listen to what our Queen
yeah.
said, Queen Maxima, years ago,
Okay.
when she was asked what's a typical Dutchman, and she replied, "There is none. I mean, there is not a typical
No,
Belgian.
no,
There's not a
no,
typical
no.
Australian. A typical. We're so mixed up with different cultures and different influences. Um,
Obviously, but what I'm looking for is traits, general things that jump out of the the normal. There's a bunch of things that we all do, and there's a bunch of things that we don't do. I mean, one of the things that I'm noticing, and I'll share something that I've already kind of concluded at the top of my head, is that not all the people that are using LinkedIn today are using all kinds of formats in terms of times, in terms of formats. There's the people who use images, there's video, there's lives, there's articles, there's newsletters, and I'm a little amazed that there is one that everybody uses, which is the images, of course. But from once beyond that, it becomes very interesting to see what type of media people that are into the LinkedIn world and kind of use, and that's one thing to do. So that and then obviously there's the whole selfie king and queens that I've identified. I'm not done through the list. I'm still working through the list because it's really manual work. So it's not, there is no automation involved. Um, but there's people that you can definitely put in the category of this is a selfie queen or a selfie king, whichever one, whichever gender they have. And I have gotten some input from my network on how to define a selfie queen or king, which is anywhere over 60% of the posts have a picture of you in it.
so, what do you think of a
I I
person
have no I
using a lot
have no judgment. I have no judgment whether that's good or bad. I'm just saying these people. There is or there are a number of people who have over 60%, and actually I've gotten two now that are at 100% or as good as 100% of the posts they put out that their picture is in.
No, I'm not saying it's good or it's bad either, Mick.
No, I,
Don't get me wrong, but just out of curiosity, what do you think of people using a personal image to add to their post?
well, the thing, my idea is you can use selfies, but don't exaggerate. There's got to be something more than just a selfie. Plus, if you use a picture of yourself, is it related to what you post, or is it used as how, let's say, clickbait, for people to stop scrolling in the feed? And in for certain people, that's what it is. It's part, they call it their personal brand. Okay, fine. But it's a way to stop people going through their feed. um, is it wrong? No. Personally, I think it's not. I'm not a fan. I'd say you can use pictures of yourself. I do too, once in a while, but it's always has to tie into the post.
But just assume, Mick, that I'm an extremely handsome guy,
I know a few.
and I would use my image to stop people from scrolling
Yep.
and to read my post. I agree. It is best, I think, if it is related to your post. That's why I asked this photographer also
Mhm.
to make special type of pictures, kind of
Right.
emojis,
Right.
where I put up my thumb or
Yep.
um,
Hmm.
just wonder is this or put my hands in front of my eyes as
Right.
to say, oh my god, this is so wrong, things like
Yep.
that, so showing emotion. But it would be best if it would support the message. um,
Yeah.
but then again, well, some people will stop, and basically, I guess each and every one of us will or deserves their own audience or will get their own audience.
Agreed. Like I said, there is no judgment. I mean, I have my opinion. I'm just can only, see and conclude that some people take that as their, yeah, scroll stopper image, personal branding, whatever you want to call it, because some people consider it to be their personal brand. I mean, whatever it is.
Well,
Uh,
look at Linaire, with your gardening, Linaire. I think it's fantastic. I mean,
Agreed.
it's not your job. It's not your pay job, but it's a passion you have, and you compare it to your professional
Yeah.
activity, LinkedIn. So that's a wonderful combination. When I look at the video of Roy, I think it's Bondi Beach, or well,
Mhm.
it's somewhere on beautiful sunny Australian beaches. That's a setting that people will recognize after they've seen a couple of them.
Yeah.
So it will support also your personal
Agreed.
brand, if
Agreed.
you want to call it. So
Agreed.
um,
That's why I say there is no wrong answer there. I mean, it's not like I dislike it. It's just a matter of there. It is what it is,
yeah,
and people use some of that to. Some people will say the hook is the most important thing. Personally, I think the image is the most important thing, and if the image of you helps people to stop scrolling past the post, why not? I guess.
yeah. But I think you're right. No, I know you're right. When we're trying to find creators that use all of the formats, so
Yeah,
video, photo, um, um,
there's actually few.
PDF, carousels. Yeah,
I think I only so far, and I've done a bunch of profiles now. I don't need one hand.
but you did find them.
Yeah, I found well, actually, it's tough to find someone who does everything because you have to include this. I mean, you have the text only, you have the images, you've got the videos, you've got the documents, you've got the polls, you've got newsletters, you've got articles, you've got posts with links in it. So somebody using these 8 different types, there's very few people who actually do these days because we all have a
Did you find
preference.
anyone? Did you find anyone who did only text?
Um, hmm. I have somebody who actually does a lot of text, but and once in a while there is a something else, but that dominantly does text. The answer is yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
And I'm like, this is a missed opportunity because I mean you nearly never see their posts in your home feed. So at least when I look through the home feed, because most people are triggered by the visual element,
Yeah.
and without it, I think your post kind of blends in the busy timeline of LinkedIn, which I'm hearing from a lot of customers. I'm doing again a bunch of coaching sessions in this holiday period, and I'm seeing a lot of people, yeah, that have trouble creating content, that have trouble showing up, and also complaining that their home feed is rubbish.
You know what I've been seeing since I came back from holidays, half of June, on mobile,
Hmm.
a lot of group posts.
It's interesting.
It's really well over 60% now in my feed, especially in the beginning, was from group posts.
Yep.
And I was really thinking groups. I thought they were dead, but
Yeah.
well, I guess I was wrong.
Well,
Again, here 3 minutes ago, a scaling strategy secrets, a public group.
okay.
5 minutes ago, the same group.
Okay. Now, in terms of groups, I do get to see once in a while a post that was put in a group. Now, the other thing is posting in a group, unless you have a really good group, and there's very few of them, is a total waste of time. I mean, I put a post in a group last week, and it also cost me a little bit of reputation, I guess, within LinkedIn. But I put a post in 4 groups last week, which the total amount of members that were in those 4 groups was about 25,000 people. And
Mhm.
when I then looked a week later at how many people actually saw the post, I mean, it was under 100 impressions in all 4 groups together.
Well, I'm seeing in my feed, in my mobile feed, 3 posts from the same group.
Wow.
The group is called Scaling Strategy Secrets. It
Uh-huh.
is a public group,
Yep.
active, with
Yep.
660,802 members.
Okay.
And when I look at the latest post, well, the first one that comes in my image is from 2 weeks ago, 25 likes and 2 comments. And then another
Okay.
one, okay, that's 9 minutes ago, none. But still, we're talking about
Yep.
a group of almost 700,000 people and
Yep. Yeah.
interaction zero, or well,
Well, yeah, I mean, and like I said, I mean, I put my post in there, and it actually had all 4 groups together under 100 impressions. And it's like, okay, then you have 25,000 people, less than 100 impressions. I mean, it's less than a half a percent of the potential of the group.
mhm,
It's, it's a waste of time.
yeah.
And it cost me my reputation because what after I posted in those 4 groups the same day, um, I was unable to make a follow link anymore. As a content creator, if you go into your statistics, you have the option. If you go and look at all your statistics at the bottom, it says, can you do LinkedIn Lives? Can you do newsletters? And it also says, can you create a follow link? And before I posted 4 times in the group, in those 4 groups, I was able to make that link that I can make a follow button. It's basically to put something on your website. Now I can't. So I think I have to wait for 30 days, reduce my posting to 1 a day, which is acceptable. Because that day I had 5 posts at least. So yeah, I mean, it also had a negative effect on my LinkedIn value or
Mhm.
estimate of
Yeah,
my
I understand. I do understand.
so that's an interesting. I'm not trying to wait and see how long it will actually take before I can make that link again. I also remember last year when I was kind of like banned on LinkedIn. That was like a signal. I saw that too before I got banned, and I never had paid any attention. Now I do. And it's kind of funny because I'm like, okay, am I on my way to get banned one way or the other or not? I mean, not probably not. I'm not doing anything illegal, I think.
Mhm.
But because I'm trying to contribute to groups. But no, groups it's a weird thing. And then there are groups where things work. I mean, there is like the group called Salesty, which is a sales group with 400,000 people. And if I post in that group, I get a decent amount of visibility. There I get, a few thousand people who actually see the post.
Yeah.
So
Talking
really
about
strange.
banned, Mick, Melanie, she has been
Yeah,
banned for quite some time now, right?
she's banned for life.
For life.
Yep, she's not coming back. At least not. She's she was told that there is no way back.
Wow.
At least that's what I understand from my conversations with her, is that LinkedIn has said she's tried everything. She's tried throwing the book at LinkedIn, and she's gotten all her data, so that's great. But no, she's not on LinkedIn anymore, which is kind of funny because she still has a company page
Yeah,
on LinkedIn that is active.
I know. And
So
it comes by regularly.
yeah, but she's not theoretically she's not going to come back,
Okay.
which is
Well,
sad, which is really sad. I don't really know why she would have been banned for life doing whatever she was doing or not doing that LinkedIn didn't like.
Yeah. Talking about banned, I mean, quite some people have been banned in the past years, Mick.
Yeah. By the way, before you go on the band stuff, she is like everybody else. She's moved to Substack. So if you want to continue to follow Melanie, you go to Substack, and then you can follow her again. Okay, we were talking about band.
Yeah, no, I want to continue or that the thing that you told previously about Daniel Hall.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny because I looked at a post this morning, a post from, I think, LinkedIn News. And it's kind of funny because every comment, especially if you look at the latest comments, said, "Hi, LinkedIn. I'm in an engagement pod," and then some kind of comment that followed that was supposed to be on the ban, which kind of like, okay, this is a great way to expose people who use pods, and yet LinkedIn will not do anything about it.
Yeah. John Asperian posted as well about it.
So it's
With
kind of
this image.
it's really sad that exists. And I currently also I have seen a case from a Belgian content ghostwriter who's in a pod too. And I mean, there's two things that happened. One is there is a complete change of tone and style between what the content or the ghostwriter put on LinkedIn, a month ago to what it is today. And second of all is the person went from roughly 20 likes or 20 engagements to 30 engagement, maybe sometimes 40 engagement. Now the minimum is 150.
Mm.
I mean, and they're from all over the world. I mean, that it's so obvious, and I'm in doubt. I mean, I commented on the post saying, this is really a template post, but and I got a bit of into a bit of a discussion, but that's all right. But I'm kind of, the more I think about it, the less authentic I think this content creator ghostwriter is, because I know the style from before, and I know the new style and wording and tricks that are being used. I'm like, isn't this shooting your authenticity?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, obviously, I'm biased because I know who the person is. I know what they did, and I mean, yeah, and plus it says, stop faking it in their headline. So I'm like, stop faking it. I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah, interesting.
So
Interesting.
it's like, okay, I'm kind of in doubt of sending a DM or getting in touch with this person by phone or whatever, but to discuss why this is a bad idea.
Well, that's a good idea to enter into that discussion, Mick.
Yeah, and I've been in all honesty, I haven't slept about it. I haven't. I woke up in the middle of the night and it was in my mind again. It's like I kind of want to, talk to this person and say how wrong this is. And yes, I know the difference between the two of you versus, and probably your current clients or future clients don't know what the difference is.
Are you saying you're dreaming about LinkedIn, Mick?
No, I'm not dreaming about LinkedIn, but when I wake up, my mind goes, and then it's hard to stop. It goes about everything, from my dogs to my cats to LinkedIn to my health to my, vacation, and
That would be a nice. That would be a nice hook. What LinkedIn posts kept you up during the night?
Thank you for the hook. Thank you, Guy. I'll use that one if I may.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Uh,
Okay,
right.
Mick, it's 9:30 over here.
Yeah, same here. It's 9:30. It was a nice unwritten chat today. So I hope the people who are listening enjoyed themselves. Uh, I did from my side at least.
It's never pre-script, Mick. Our
No,
discussion.
it's never. But sometimes we prepare topics, and now
Sure,
it's kind of like a free flowing discussion. So that's great.
sure. But I prefer these type of
Yeah,
chats
yeah.
than all the scripted one. And well,
All right.
the danger is that we go off limit or that we
Yeah.
go out of boundaries.
True.
But between you and me, that's
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah. And now for a bit of advertising, as they say, a word from our sponsors. At noon today, for the people who speak Dutch, we are doing a review of Michelle J. Raymond's presentation at Uplift Live in this year. And will see and hear you there too, hopefully this today. Guy?
Yeah, I will be there.
Okay. So if you have time, you speak Dutch, please do join us at noon today. There is a separate link that most of us have shared that you can follow our LinkedIn Live about Michelle J. Raymond and her presentation on company pages.
And Mick, what about if you don't speak Dutch? Is there any subtitles?
Yes, but I don't know how good they are.
Well, we'll do our best.
If
Okay,
you click on the CC, then you should be able to see subtitles.
I know.
But it's in Dutch, and sometimes that doesn't always translate very well. It's a
We've
bit
tried
of hit
before.
or miss.
Okay, see
All
you
right,
later on today, Mick, and
see
to
you later on.
all the others. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care, and see you in 2 weeks.